Welcome back to the channel. This is the first time I've actually had a chance to sit in the passenger side here. I got my buddy Itchy here from Supercar Lottery Scratchers.
Remember me? I'm back again.
Yep.
I want to give Chun a little bit of a chance to get a passenger perspective on the car because he's always been driving.
Right.
So we get a little bit of difference here. This is the first time I've actually seen this car and driven it. So we'll get a little bit of a review here with Chun.
Oh, absolutely. So I mean, you've driven a lot of cars. I mean, you've driven a lot of exotics,
yes,
and stuff like that. I know Ferraris, Lamborghinis. Have you driven a McLaren before?
McLaren, yes, the 570. Okay. I've been in a ride in a 720.
Porsches, GT3s.
Yeah, GT3s, RSs, turbos, a little bit of everything.
Okay, nice, nice. And then what about as far as like American cars, American muscles?
I'm actually, I haven't even told Chun this. This is a true story. I'm actually a Viper guy.
A Viper guy?
Yes, so all you Dodge, I'm a Dodge guy. I've had a lot of experience with the Gen 1, Gen 2 Vipers, so
okay.
This is my first time. I know we're gonna go rival a little bit, but I won't bring that into play on this. This is about the Camaro and the ZL1 right now, so we'll bring that in a later video. Right.
So they say this thing's fast as hell. So I mean, I just broke it in. I mean, it only has 700, a little over 700 miles on it, but I mean, you know, after the muffler delete, we're gonna go ahead and, you know, we'll be able to open it up a little later.
Right, right. Where are we headed to, Chun?
We're gonna head over to the canyons. I mean, I'm not sure exactly which canyons, but we're gonna head over there to do a little rev battle. That's kind of what I wanted to do today. Bring the Huracan and the
yeah,
ZL1
we got the Huracan in back of us right here. It's a nice day out. It's a nice day to do this. You'll see some good scenery. We'll get a good some flybys, and there's a tunnel that we can go through with both cars, and you guys can get the comparisons in the exhaust. I know Chun just did an exhaust video where he did the muffler delete on that, and he did the cold start, and this car is actually pretty loud. Yeah, hopefully you guys can capture that. We'll try and capture that today. Yeah.
So first impressions, what do you how does it feel? I mean, you've driven, you know, GT3s and other cars with manuals and stuff.
I haven't gone over 2,000 RPM because I know this thing has monster torque. Probably the most I'll try it out a little bit later. I come also from an AMG background. If you probably watched the car wash video, so that's probably the closest thing I'll get in torque measurements versus this car.
So to put things in perspective, the Huracan behind us right now, my other car, 610 horsepower and 400 something odd pounds of torque, and the car's 3,300 pounds. And this one here, we're looking at about 3,900, so it's about a 500-600 pound weight difference. But this car has 650 horsepower and 650 pounds of torque.
Yeah.
So it's a completely. I mean, you'll see.
You'll see this on the video. If I try it and try to go a little fast, it's the first time I've ever tried this car. Yeah. First time I ever sat in it. First time I ever started it. It totally blows away a lot of the other cars I already know just by the numbers. Right, and if you see in the head, the dash display. Okay. You see it gives you the little RPM gauge and stuff like that. Oh, it's got a little. Right, and the G. Yes. It has that G. Yes. For the G-force. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Okay. I might have to look over the steering wheel a little bit for that. I like to do lowrider style. You know, I'm old school. So. Yeah, but Chun up also back to real quick for Supercar Lottery. Supercar Lottery Scratcher, check out the channel. We put some new videos up where we were human cash machines. Myself, I'm Itchy and Scratchy. Nice. We took a business trip to Vegas and we tried to cash out tickets on the spot, and you guys checked out that video. It's pretty interesting. Nice. All right, everyone, we actually switched drivers. We're gonna have Chun. We parked the cars right here. We're gonna do a little rev war, see how this sounds. Let's position myself back here. All right, so we're gonna try both cars right here. I gotta try to stay still during this. All right, who do you guys like? Okay, I think we gotta, well, let's see what happens. Chun, because since these are both his cars, I'm gonna ask him to come in and we're gonna do a double. We're gonna do one more blip. So we're gonna start with this car this time. That's the ZL1 with the muffler delete. And we're gonna do the Huracan with the LOC. Alright, what do you guys think, everyone? Coming from standing in front of him, I can tell you what I think. Sean filming, he can judge his own cars right here. I already have my opinion on what happened, and I hope you guys know you couldn't hear me through the rev, so we're gonna try this again.
Yeah, it's not even close. You want to go one more time? I'm gonna try something. We think this. If you guys have ever tried a rev match, I'm gonna go back to the AMG stuff. It has a limiter where it'll hit 4 and it'll bring down the RPM. So I'm going to try a little trick of mine, a little track trick, and let's see if I can get this to rev a little right now. Worked too well. What I was trying to do was put it in first gear. Yeah. And first gear usually disengages that lock because it's going to act like you're actually trying to move forward. But we're on a hill, so I didn't want this car to roll back too much. So I left it in first. I released the parking brake, and how did it sound?
Now, it still sounded good, but I mean, I think it's just a limiter. But I mean, at the end of the day, the V10, I think the V10 takes it.
At the end of the day, I was shaking in the back. I saw Chun shaking in the back when he revved that one. It's super loud.
Oh, you feel it, it hits your chest.
Yes, it hits your chest, and the snaps and the crackles. It's classic Huracan. Again, which exhaust is that?
The LOC, the Lamborghini.
That's the LOC, that's the Lamborghini Orange County. Right. It might be called something different now. Right. Back then, if you guys learn about it, it's very, very popular from back in the day, and it's really loud. I've heard cold start on this car, and you can't even talk. All right, I get to go in my favorite car now, and we'll see how this compares. And we're gonna put this actually, we're gonna put it in Corsa. You want it in Corsa, Chuck?
Absolutely.
All right. The one thing different, you'll hear the exhaust. So if you want to see a little bit about Huracan news, when we put it in Sport, the exhaust valves will open, and in Corsa it gets a little bit louder.
Okay, sounds good.
right, so I went through these 2 tunnels, which it was actually really exhilarating. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm gonna let Chun give his own opinion. So I'm gonna do a little rev through the first tunnel, which is a shorter tunnel, and then I'll gun it through the last tunnel. So we'll get Chun's reaction right now.
Man, when I was standing in the tunnel filming that earlier, I still have a headache right now.
So right through here, again, I can rev this car higher because we're moving. So I'm popping into neutral, and this will be about 5. Our limiter is off. We got the Huracan trying to do the same. So I'm gonna hit it a little bit through here and let Chun hear it, and we'll get his reaction. I did a own rev match on my own right there.
That was your own rev match?
That was my own rev match. Because I didn't want the car to jerk. I'm not going to go into that technical stuff, but I did that. It was a tight turn, so I didn't want to go too fast. So what do you think, Chun?
2 completely different cars, but this thing, man, definitely does put a smile on my face, man.
It does.
Thing just like, it pounds. It like hits you right in the chest when you punch it like that.
Yes, it definitely pushes you back. One thing, driving impressions. Again, I've only been in this car 10 minutes. Super easy to drive, and when you need it to go, it goes.
Absolutely.
Comfortable. I feel good. These are Recaro seats.
And I think they purposely put the Recaro really comfortable seats in
very
here
comfortable. These do not feel like Recaros.
Because if you notice, the suspension is set up for the racetrack, so it's really stiff. So I mean, I think to compensate for a regular street driving, they had to put in some real comfortable seats.
Is there adjustable suspension on this?
No, you could not.
Not from the factory.
Not from the factory. Okay. You can adjust the ride height though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One thing too I wanted to add is the turning radius on this car is like a Civic. Like that Civic right there.
Is it really?
So as we were making these turns in these little canyon roads, I never had to do a 3-point turn. Of course not in these parts where the turnouts are. The Huracan in the back, I know it had to go back and forth, back and forth. This car, it turns like a Civic, very Mercedes-like. If anyone has a Mercedes, they make the most smallest radius turns, and this does the same thing.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record, for the record. Too nice for y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars. I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the
back. We're done with our little exhaust rev wars. Got Chun back here. I wanted to get his opinion on this. And then I'll give you my driving expressions against this car and the ZL1. What'd you think, Chun, after going through that?
So like I was telling you before, it's a completely different, I mean, hearing it from, as a driver versus standing outside and hearing it. So I mean, after I got the muffler delete, honestly, I thought it would be pretty much on par with this car here. But after, we had the little rev battle. The V10, the Huracan took it home.
Okay, yeah, and I thought the same thing. The V10, I hope you guys get to hear that, or if you guys get a chance to hear an aftermarket exhaust on the Huracan, it's like nothing else.
Yeah.
What I thought about this car, again, the driving, the steering radius was great. I could probably make a U-turn right around here, no problem. I felt very comfortable in it. The most comfortable Recaro seats I've ever sat in. I feel like I could go on a road trip. Again, I probably have 15 minutes car time in here, and it felt like I'm ready to go to the track. Great choice, Chun. Anything else you want to add?
I have zero regrets buying this car.
Zero regrets.
This is a great car for the money. Like my other video said, this is the best car. I personally think, in my opinion, the best car you can get for under 100 grand.
Right. Brand new he's talking about. Yeah. Again, this is my first experience with this car, and I really liked it. I was very impressed. It has a little bit of everything: the luxury, the sport, the track time, carbon. It's got the matte and the gloss. Everything on there. And one thing about the muffler delete, it was really comfortable inside. We could hear a rumble.
Right.
I could talk to Chun without talking. There was no drone, and it felt really good. And I know if he has plans otherwise. on that.
So the only thing I might do, I mean, I don't know. I'm still kind of torn. But if I go with the true straight pipe, just get rid of the primary and secondary cats. But only, like I said, you know, you just have to deal with that smell. So I don't think I'm going to go with the catalytic converter delete. So I'll probably just leave it the way it is. I mean, I'm super happy with the way it sounds.
And one thing I didn't know about this car, it comes with the Eagle F1 tires, which is like a slick tire from the factory. You never see that from the factory.
You got 305s up front.
305s up front.
325s in the back.
So it's like a race car out the box. Good job, Chevy.
And then when we were riding behind you, I mean, the tires are so soft, it picks up all the rocks.
Oh,
and
it's thrown everywhere. Yeah.
It's like a sandstorm, you know, riding behind you.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the vid. Maybe we might do another one with some other cars and see how it does after every mod he's doing.
Most definitely. Then you're gonna have to bring your supercar out.
Yes.
Hey, you look like you're ready for the gym. Are you gonna?
Yes.
You're gonna just go run?
No, I'm about to take this car, out.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't trying to link, no time to waste. For the record,